Right, so welcome back to another video on this channel, and in today's video we have a bit of an interesting one because essentially what I'm going to be doing is building the ultimate Premier League squad, a 20-man squad, only using one player from each Premier League club. Also, before we get into this video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, because we are now closing in on 1,500 subscribers, which would be absolutely insane. So if you do hit that subscribe button, it would cost you absolutely nothing and would make my day, so it is very much a win-win situation. And yes, on with the video. Starting off with the goalkeeper now, what I've essentially done is look at the Premier League clubs that you could argue their best player is their goalkeeper, and I think that is Burnley, and I think I've gone for Nick Pope in goal in this team. I just think he's an absolutely incredible shot stopper. In my opinion, probably one of the top 5, if not top 3 best shot stoppers in the league in terms of obviously his ability saving the ball with his hands. He's got a massive frame, and yeah, overall I think that the main reason why he's probably not playing with a bigger club in the Premier League is because of the ability he has with his feet, which we all know can be a bit dodgy at times. But overall I feel like Nick Pope is a massively underrated shot stopper, and I think he definitely belongs in this team. And yeah, I think Nick Pope is the ultimate goalkeeper to go with in this video. Now onto the right back, and yeah, I've gone with Tariq Lamptey of Brighton because yeah, a very pacey, very energetic right back, and obviously in this system that I do play with 4-2-3-1 with attacking right backs and left backs, I want to be able to have my full backs obviously bomb forward, and Lamptey is very, very good at that, getting down the right hand side with his pace. He's got a very good delivery on him as well when he gets into that final third as well. Yeah, he's just absolutely exceptional attacking wise, and also has the pace to get back when of course the opposition team regain possession, and you know, he's not bad defensively either, so I think he's very much a good option to have in right back. And overall I think Lamptey has a very, very high ceiling. I'm not sure how old he is, but I'm pretty sure he's like 21 maximum or something like that. And yeah, of course a former Chelsea talent as well, which has gone to Brighton and proved himself at a smaller club in the Premier League under Graham Potter, who of course plays a very good brand of football at Brighton. And yeah, I think Lamptey is the ultimate selection to go with, bearing in mind the circumstances we have in building this squad. Now onto the first centre-back position. Now you could say, you know, maybe wasting a big pick on a big club in this centre-back position. I personally don't think so. I've gone with Ruben Dias, the Portuguese man who did sign for Manchester City from Benfica in the summer for around 70 million euros. And yeah, I just think Diaz is an absolutely incredible defender first and foremost, and as well he's an absolutely exceptional leader. He's got a warrior mentality, which is one thing I really, really love about him, and one thing that, you know, can be lacking in quite a lot of centre-backs in the Premier League and in modern day football overall. In my opinion, he's probably the best centre-back in the Premier League this season, obviously bearing in mind Virgil van Dijk's injury, but yeah, he's completely changed the fortunes of this Manchester City team 100%. He's made them a completely better team from the back, which I think is massively important, and every single team needs a top-class centre-back with that warrior mentality and with those leadership qualities, and I think that Ruben Dias is the perfect selection to go with in this team. And alongside him, we've gone with Thiago Silva from my club Chelsea. Now, like Diaz, a world-class centre-back, an extremely good reader of the game, and I think has a lot of leadership qualities and organisational skills at the centre-back position. He's a very experienced defender, he's 36 years of age, and obviously there will be claims, like there was at the start of the season when we actually signed him, will his legs be able to cope with, you know, the demands of the Premier League? Will he be able to, of course, actually last in this league long term? But I just think, as I said, he's an absolutely excellent reader of the game, and I think he knows football inside out. He's an absolutely incredible defender, and he's proved that this season. I think he's been definitely our best centre-back by a country mile this season, and that's like having not one, but 2 leaders at centre-back in Thiago Silva and, of course, Ruben Dias, as I said as well, and that is just 2 absolutely incredibly world-class centre-backs. So you just have a brick-wall centre-back partnership for this, of course, attacking mentality that this team does possess, and to be able to give the likes of Lamptey and my left-back, as well as the attacking players we do have in this team, license to do whatever they want going forward, and yeah, just knowing that they have 2 absolutely world-class brick-wall centre-backs behind them. And onto the left-back position, and that is Everton's Lucas Digne. Now, I really like Digne, I'm not going to lie. First off, he's got an exceptional left foot on him. I think his delivery is absolutely incredible. There's not much better in terms of, you know, getting forward and whipping crosses into the box than Digne in the Premier League right now. As I said, his delivery is just absolutely exceptional. He's very good taking set pieces as well. Defensively, he's sound, I think, and to be given the licence to attack alongside Lamptey down that left-hand side with the centre-backs behind him, I think is vitally important. And as I said, in the modern day game, it's very important for full-backs to be able to attack very well, and I think that we have that definitely in abundance with the pace of Lamptey and the just sheer delivery qualities of Lucas Digne on the opposite side. And in the holding midfielder role, the first holding midfielder in this 4-2-3-1 system, I've gone with Leicester's Wilfred Ndidi. Now, in my opinion, one of the best DMs in the world of football right now, a world-class ball winner if you've ever seen one. He breaks up play ridiculously well. I think he's extremely tenacious, extremely aggressive in winning the ball back, and I think one thing I really like about him is that whenever the opposition midfielders are trying to get space in behind, Ndidi is like them, on them like a rash, and yeah, I just think he's absolutely exceptionally underrated. He's ideal for this system because I think he can just be able to sit in front of the back four and protect them, and you know, be counter-resistant in terms of, you know, when we lose the ball, when the players come at us. I think Ndidi is the ultimate DM in terms of that, and I think that he's the ultimate DM to have in this formation. And alongside Wilfred Ndidi, we have gone for West Ham's very own Declan Rice. Now, maybe you can see as having 2 DMs and maybe a bit, conservative in terms of midfield play, which we have to do, of course, in order to accommodate for the attacking threat we do have in this system. However, I do think Declan Rice's overall technical ability in terms of his passing range, his vision, I think it's actually very decent, and I think it is massively overlooked by a lot of Premier League fans. So not only will he be able to do the defensive work alongside Ndidi in terms of breaking up the play, but also I think he's very good in terms of transitioning from defence to attack, and I think he'll be given the licence to roam a bit further into midfield, knowing the fact that he has Ndidi behind him, and I think his prominent duties will be obviously to defend, but I think he has that attacking mindset as well if needed in midfield. And on to the number 10 in this formation, and that is, of course, Bruno Fernandes. You couldn't make an Ultimate Premier League squad without Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United and Portugal in this system. He's just an unarguable choice, and to be honest, just let him do what he wants. Let him, you know what, Bruno, you can shoot whenever you want, you can pass wherever you want, do anything you want, just be the creative link in this midfield that gets us goals. And that's what I mean, because in this team he can be that creative spark in midfield and going forward, knowing he has 2 exceptional DMs and 2 just utterly world-class centre-backs behind him, and you'll get goal contributions galore, knowing of course the quality of players he has around him, not just defensively but also offensively as well, helping him out in that final third position. And I think, yeah, Bruno Fernandes, he's just a shoo-in, and I don't think anybody in the comment section below would be able to argue this choice. And now onto the right side of the wing, and I've gone for a Liverpool player. I've gone for, of course, Mohamed Salah. Now, every team needs a goal getter, and what does Salah do? Goals, goals, goals. He is literally the ultimate goal scorer in the Premier League. He's nearly in the golden boot conversation every single season. Even though Liverpool have had a very poor season in terms of scoring goals recently, he's still atop of the charts by about 3 or 4 goals, which just says a lot. He's not the best player in the world with regards to, taking on 4 or 5 players and, beating 4 or 5 men with dribbling into the box, but I just think he scores goals for fun, and that is a massive part of not only this system, but also any system in the world of football. And I think Mohamed Salah, especially alongside the attacking intent we have alongside him, will score a hatful of goals. And onto the opposite side, that is the left wing, and I've gone for Aston Villa's Jack Grealish, and an obvious choice in my eyes, because even though Aston Villa have an extremely balanced and extremely talented squad, I think Grealish is obviously the kingpin in that system. He's just an elegant footballer, a slick dribbler, he just glides past players extremely well, an exceptional end product in him as well. He gets bags of goals, bags of assists, and I think he correlates really well down that left hand side with, of course, the left back we've gone for in Lucas Digne, because Grealish is an attacker that likes to cut inside in his right foot and kind of, be a bit of an inside forward, which obviously gives Digne space to roam down the left hand side and whip balls into the box with his left foot. And overall, I just feel like Grealish is an obvious choice, because I think he's an absolutely exceptional footballer, one of my favourite players at this moment in time in the Premier League, and I think would be absolutely perfect alongside these players he does have alongside him. And up front, to complete the starting 11, we do have Tottenham's very own Harry Kane. Now, obviously, a world-class striker to top off a world-class team here, and I think Kane is as complete as they come, to be honest, because not only does he score goals, he also creates them as well. He's very good in terms of link-up play, he complements attackers really, really well, and I think would, make this attack extremely dangerous, especially with the fact we have Grealish alongside him, Fernandes, Salah, etc. And I think Kane, it would be absolutely, he'd complement these players absolutely perfectly in this team, and I think would definitely score goals as well as creating for the players alongside him. And so that is the starting 11 we have gone for in this team. If we just now scan through the substitutes bench, the sub goalkeeper I have got in this team, Alphonse Areola from Fulham. Now, Fulham have a pretty level-based squad in terms of quality. I don't think there's many standout players in their team, but I think Areola overall is a very good goalkeeper, and I think he would definitely be able to challenge Nick Pope, especially with the fact that he is better on the ball than Nick Pope, and yeah, a good backup goalkeeper to have. Next one we've got is a Southampton player, and that is Kyle Walker-Peters. Now, Southampton kind of the same as Fulham in terms of the fact that they're a very honest team with very hard-working players and not many standout players overall in their squad. But I think Kyle Walker-Peters is actually one of the most underrated players in the league. I think he's a very energetic, very pacey right back, and I think he would be the perfect understudy to Tariq Lamptey in terms of the fact that he has a lot of similar traits and similar qualities to Lamptey. Next up we have Stuart Dallas of Leeds United. Now, maybe a bit of a surprising selection, because obviously there's a lot of quality in this Leeds team, especially going forward, but when picking a 20-man squad, I think it's, very key to understand that there's going to be very thin numbers in this squad, and for that reason I think that versatility is, a key factor in picking this squad. And because of Stuart Dallas's overall versatility, because he can play all across the back four, all across midfield, and also a good player with bags of energy as well, so I think would be a very important player for this squad. Next up we have Ethan Ampadu of Sheffield United, of course, currently on loan from Chelsea, and not easy to pick from Sheffield United. I mean, no disrespect, but obviously they're down at the bottom of the table for a reason. But Ethan Ampadu is a quality player, I think he's calm on the ball. When we've seen him at Chelsea and at Sheffield United this season, I think he looks like he has that natural level of experience that a veteran would possess. And once again, it's the versatility thing. He can play centre back, he can play midfield, so I think would be, a very interesting and useful aspect in this team. And next up we have another loanee from Chelsea, and this is from West Bromwich Albion, Conor Gallagher. Now, once again, like Sheffield United, it's not very easy to pick from West Brom, but yeah, we need another midfielder to have in this squad, and I think Gallagher is pretty good in fairness. I think he actually possesses similar traits to Frank Lampard at at a young age in terms of his running into the box. His positioning is very good in the final third, and overall I think is a very intelligent and hard-working midfielder that would of course push the squad further. Next up we have our Crystal Palace pick, and that is Eberiki Eze. Now maybe I could have gone from Zaha, but I think we need that player that can just produce moments of magic in midfield, and I think that Eze definitely has that in abundance. He's a silky, skillful dribbler, and with the element of unpredictability as well, he's a great player to have in the squad because, yeah, as I keep saying, he's one of those players that you never know what's going to happen, and he can just produce moments of magic. He can pull the rabbit from the hat, and I think it's very important to have that in the squad. Next up, we've gone for our Arsenal pick at long last, and I've gone for Bukayo Saka. Now, he's been Arsenal's player of the season so far, I think it's fair to say. He's a very good dribbler, slowly adding goals to his games as well, and the fact that he can play left back as well as, you know, either side of the wing is massively important and obviously helps this squad massively. And yeah, overall I think that Saka is a great young talent. And the second to last player in this team is Newcastle's Alan Saint-Maximin. Now, like Eze, he's an unpredictable player who can, you know, who's capable of producing magic on a weekly basis. He's absolutely rapid, a top class dribbler. I think he's actually one of the best dribblers in the Premier League on the ball. He'd be an absolutely exceptional player to come off the bench, especially against teams that'll have tired legs, and overall I feel like would be a valuable asset for any side, especially coming off the bench with that pace and with that dribbling ability. And the final player in this team is Raul Jimenez of Wolves. Now, yes, he's injured at this moment in time, I know that, but he's a top quality Premier League striker, and I think he's quite similar to Kane in terms of, you know, some aspects he has in terms of things he's very good at. He's a great link-up striker, a top-class finisher, and of course is lethal in the air, which is definitely a helpful asset to have, especially off the bench, and I think would definitely push Kane immensely for that starting position in my system. And yeah, so that is the ultimate Premier League squad I have chosen to build in terms of, you know, picking one player per Premier League club for this squad. And yeah, if you can please go down and leave your ones down in the comment section below, that would be massively appreciated, because I want to see how your guys' teams look like. I want to see if any of you can build a better team than I've just done here. And yeah, that will bring us of course to the end of this video. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. 20 likes as per usual would be massively appreciated by myself, and also if you can subscribe to the channel, that would also be hugely appreciated, because we are now looking to hit 1,500 subscribers on this channel as soon as we possibly can. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya.